Hello everyone, it is Film Fan Friday here at A Sprinkle of Risk, and I am very excited to share with you my favorite movie of all time, but a very famous movie for a lot of people that are film fans. So let's just get right into it. My favorite movie of all time is West Side Story. Not only is it a movie, but it is a musical. And for most people it's just like, ugh, too much music, too much singing, I can't do it. But for people who truly love music and who love musicals, this is top tier on the list. You cannot call yourself an entertainer, I feel like, without seeing this movie. So let me go ahead and show you what I have. I feel like a true fan because not only do I have the movie on DVD twice, but I also have it on tape because I'm not playing. This movie right here will never not be in my life. Here are the sounds of the film playing for you. But yes, so funny story. Turn this music down just a little bit. So, a story about how this movie got brought into my life. I was about 6 years old, and my mother and father went to New York City to do something pertaining to my father's music career. So they both went, and I was very sad because I hadn't been without my mother like for days at a time. It just didn't happen. So as a result of that, my great grandmother was in town. She was living in the same city, and she came to watch us while our parents were gone. And it came to be nighttime. I took my bath, and I'm just like ready to go watch some TV. So I'm like, took my bath, got my clothes on, my pajamas or whatever. Go in the living room, let's watch TV. She tells me to come here. Wait till you hear this. She asked me if I put on deodorant. I'm thinking, why do I have to put on deodorant? I'm about to go to bed. But she asked me if I put deodorant on. And I said yes. I was lying. And she knew that. So you know what she did? Straight smacked me across my face. Yes, she did. We're talking about a grandmother, a great grandmother, who's from back in the day, okay? Back in the day. She ain't a part of this, well, I don't want to say sensitive generation, but they loosened the reins a little bit for y'all, okay? Just know that. So yeah, I got slapped clean cut across the face for lying, and I was grounded for the night. No TV for me. So my siblings got to watch TV. And I guess she was introducing them into a new movie that they have never seen because she watched a lot of classic films. So I'm listening, and I'm hearing this music. Like, so many different colors started playing in my mind. And the movie exposed me to the sounds of opera for the first time, the sounds of jazz, the sounds of Latin jazz. It was everything just to my ears. Because mind you, I was grounded. I was in the room. I couldn't see anything that they were watching. I was upset. But just hearing it was an experience like I never had before. So the next day I wake up and I'm like, what were y'all watching last night? Like, I want to see what it is. And I watched it, and my eyes were glued to the TV. Like, inspiration. Once I put the film with what I heard, it was like a masterpiece. And mind you, this isn't just like me watching a movie with music in it, and I love music as a kid. No, this is the movie to watch if you're trying to reference great acting, great singing, great dancing, okay? Oh my Lord, Jerome Robbins is the choreographer. I mean, I'm talking about plies, legs in the air, but all in combat. Choreographing fights, choreographing. Like, oh, you dancing. Talking about mambo, all of it. And nobody missed a beat. It was perfection. The music, composed by Leonard Bernstein, a very famous composer. You can go look it up. Oh my gosh. I will tell anybody he's my favorite composer because the music that he created with this movie right here. Starring Natalie Wood, Richard Beymer, Rita Moreno, George Chakiris. You can look up all of these names. Look up the cast of West Side Story. The movie came out in 1961, and the whole plot of the film is like a race war. It's prejudice. This is 1961 we're talking about. So you have the Jets versus the Sharks, or the Sharks versus the Jets, whatever. I was a big fan of the Sharks, so I always say Sharks versus the Jets. But your Jets are your Americans. You know, some of them may be of Irish descent, some of them may be of Italian descent, but they are your white bread Americans, okay? The Sharks are the Puerto Ricans that have just came from their home country, and they're trying to find freedom. They're trying to find good jobs, you know, just start their life new with freedom that the country could give them. Well, when they got here, they noticed that people didn't like them because of the color of their skin. And that was not something that should be acceptable. So it was a constant struggle for whose street is this? Whose street is this? Oh, I see you on the street. Let me come torment you. Let me come bully you, until the whole gang arrives. And now we have a rumble. But in the midst of all of this, you know, I hate you, you hate me, and all this stuff, you have Maria from the side of the Sharks. She's not really in the gang, but she's a Puerto Rican princess, if you will, Maria. And then you have Tony. Tony is with the Jets. Now, he is an ex-Jet. He doesn't do, you know, the gang rivalry anymore, but those are his friends. Those are his brothers, if you will, and he's known for a long time. Maria and Tony, once they spot each other, it's just like, everything freezes. And they just attract right before everybody's eyes. Everybody else is dancing, trying to prove who can dance best, the Jets or the Sharks. And they come together naturally. And once they kiss, boom, everything explodes. That is the plot twist. Because now he like, Bernardo, which is the leader of the Sharks, he's like, oh no, get your hands off my sister. And then you have, help me, Lord, help me. What's his name? I'm getting so caught in the song, I can't remember the man's name for real. But yeah, you have Bernardo and Riff. Thank God. Riff, he's the leader of the Jets. So remember, the Jets are the Americans and the Sharks are the Puerto Ricans. Now that Tony and Maria have kissed, Bernardo, which is Maria's older brother, the leader of the Sharks, he's like, get your hands off my sister. There's only one thing that they want from Puerto Rican girl, going off. And Riff like, well, if you two cats want to settle this, you and Tony can go outside. We can settle this right now. But they don't want to get in trouble in front of the police, because then the police going to be like, you know, where's the rumble? Where y'all going to fight? You got to be on the low down, the down low. So in the midst of all the chaos, there are these different musical numbers that they're expressing their life, but through song. They're expressing how they're just juvenile delinquents trying to find their way. And it was just relatable because, yeah, we may not sing about it all the time, how we might be a little messed up, but they always say, like, and they said in the Elvis movie I just watched, which we'll probably talk about on another episode, if you can't find the words to say something, sing it. It's just accepted better for some reason, but that's the gift of song that I really love. So, but this movie was more than a film and more than a musical introduction, because it also introduced me to, and other people to, literature, because this story is modeled after that of Romeo and Juliet, you know, coming from two different backgrounds, and people are not accepting of your love. So that was the first time that I really got the chance to see, you know, in a more modern twist, what Romeo and Juliet was about. Now, there is death at the end. It is sad, but don't assume that you know who's going to die, because it's not exactly like Romeo and Juliet, you know. But it was like Greek or Roman tragedy. It was dramatic. It was uplifting. It was relatable, because back then, people would be mistreated because of the color of their skin. It didn't matter where you came from. If you didn't have white skin and you were in America, you were most likely facing some kind of oppression. And that's, you know, I would always wonder, like, how did they even make this movie in 1961? And then later on, I found out that some of the people that were portraying to be Puerto Ricans, they were actually painting their skin, because that was, you know, MGM at the time. That was Hollywood at the time. They didn't hire a lot of black people to be in movies unless it was a black movie. But, you know, there are a few black people in this movie. Oh yeah, you can find them, you know, in the back somewhere with the color green on. Because in the movie, the Jets have their theme colors, which is like blue and yellow. And then you have the Sharks, whose theme colors are red and purple and black. And it's just the colors in the movie are so vibrant, and they help tell the story. I mean, down to when there was death at the end, the person who's grieving literally has on the color red, and this black aura is reigning over them because just the death of my lover is gone. You know, it was really the fire starter to who I am today, to what sparks me, what inspires me, what do I even want to do. You know, I used to tell my family all the time, I can sing, I can dance, I can act. And because I want to do all these things, I can do them at the same time and be a Broadway singer, a Broadway performer. And every time I see a family member, they're always saying, you still want to do Broadway? And I'm like, you know, a little variation of it, but it's still in the works. Still in, you know, somewhere in there. I felt like it became a little corny when I went along in life, but that's because life was happening and it was trying to discourage me. But whenever I need comfort, whenever I need something to just relax my mind, something to lift me up, I put this movie on. This movie right here will never, ever not be in my life. I used to go to the library every week. Do you understand me? To get this movie. I used to go to the library, get this movie, and never return it and have library bills at the age of 7. Okay, like I don't know about y'all, but if you ever meet a Sagittarius child, we become obsessed with things that we love, okay? And then when you're an adult, you got to work on that because it's not healthy. But I want to let you know that whatever inspires you, keep pouring into that because it will pour back into you. Like I said to y'all before, I learned from Stormy Wellington, learn the formula to you. You know what I'm saying? And the years that I didn't have this movie in my life, I was sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, if only I could just watch my movie right now, everything would be better. Everything would be great. But anyways, just to prove to you, I'm not the only person who thinks this is a great movie. This movie got 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. And I believe Rita Moreno, who plays Anita, when you watch the movie, she got Best Supporting Actress, which was a big deal. She was a Puerto Rican woman getting Best Actress at the Oscars, the White Bread America Oscars, in 1961. That spoke volumes for her culture, for what this country could be. This movie is still shown in school, like in middle schools and high schools, because it literally, it's so much to learn from it. Like I said, you got opera in there, jazz, Latin jazz, you got you have, why can I not say this where I'm getting excited? But the lessons of prejudice, being prejudiced in America, early America, how it was for people, how it is for immigrants coming in who don't really have much to their name. They have to work for everything that they need, but they're getting charged twice as much because of their skin color. You get what I'm saying? It's so much from this movie that someone can learn. Anybody can learn something from this film, whether you already know about it or not. I guess this is just me being very passionate. I'm not telling you to go watch it to like force you, but I'm telling you to go watch it because it's a great movie. Okay? So any other movies that you guys are very big fans of that you would like to see me talk about, definitely send it to me. If I haven't seen it, I'll watch it and I'll tell you what I think about it. And if I really love it, I'll probably do an episode on it. So I'm really glad I got to share this movie with you all. Again, it is West Side Story. 1961 film, 11 Academy Awards. You should watch this. You should. It's beautiful. It's very artistic in the way the story was told. And it teaches you also about, I can't say it teaches you about loyalty, but it definitely shows you what people will do to prove that they're loyal. But yeah, it's a great film. And I'm really glad that you guys tuned in today to hear me talk about it because it is something that I'm very passionate about. So that was just a sprinkle of risk. Go watch West Side Story if you have it. If you want my Voodoo account information, you can have it because I bought it on there too. I got the movie 4 times. I ain't playing with you. What Omarion said to Mario in that verses, oh yeah, I ain't playing with you. And then he got played with, but you ain't gonna play with me, right? Go watch the movie. I love y'all. Bye. Salsa Saturday tomorrow.